What's up, YouTube community? Just want to drop a little video to show my respects to in my opinion, the greatest third big man in professional wrestling history. That's right, Sid Justice, aka Sid Vicious, aka Psycho Sid, the original Four Horsemen, WCW wrecking machine. It ran through everybody. Even come to find out, he pinned Hulk Hogan. That I didn't know about. Even way after the farewell match. Who can ever forget the farewell match at WrestleMania 8? Sid Justice, aka Sid Vicious, aka Psycho Sid versus Hulk Hogan in the farewell match. No one thought Hogan was going to be able to survive that match, but Sid Vicious, and matter of fact, he practically barely did, being Sid Vicious was so big and so strong. Electric, words can't describe WrestleMania 8. The storyline, everything that was going on in Sid Vicious's life and Hulk Hogan's life at that moment. At that time, Hulkamania was booming in the 80s, in the early 90s, and then a little bit later on it started. You heard a lot of boos in the crowd, and I'm a Hulkamaniac. Born, raised Hulkamaniac. I am the original Hulkamaniac, 80s baby. So, to be honest, to be really, really honest, Sid Vicious, in my opinion, is ranked. You got Andre the Giant ranked number 1. You got Undertaker, in my opinion, ranked number 2 as the best big men in WWE and wrestling history, all professional wrestling. But I would have ranked Andre the Giant number 1. Undertaker number 2, being that he beat Sid Vicious at WrestleMania 13, so he took that spot. And number 3, I would say, in my opinion, Sid Vicious, aka Sid Justice, aka Psycho Sid. Let's talk about some of the great things this man did. Now, I never got a chance to meet him in life. I wish I did, but he was retired before I started going to wrestling events, which was basically started last year. I'm 43 years old, and I'll be 44 real soon. The first wrestling event I ever been to was Royal Rumble 1990. I think it was 92 Royal Rumble. I was 12 years old, 11 years old. It was when the mighty Giant Gonzalez, choke slammed the Undertaker. Came in premature and choke slammed the Undertaker. I think that same year, if I remember correctly. That's the year. That's the year Bret Hart. Yeah, Bret Hart and Lex Luger both won the Royal Rumble, if I remember correctly. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, Ric Flair won the Royal Rumble for the championship, and that's when Ric Flair was coming from WCW, and he was like basically the leader of the Four Horsemen. Yeah, before my version of the Four Horsemen, which was Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Sid Vicious, and what was the last guy's name? Man, I think Briscoe. If I remember correctly. I know Dean Malenko was later on. But the original Four Horsemen, which was Lex Luger, Ric Flair, Sting, and Ric Flair, and Sid Vicious. Yeah, the Four Horsemen. Then Sid Vicious came later on after Orly Anderson, Arn Anderson's brother, who actually passed away last year. Orly Anderson. Actually, no, he passed away this year. Orly Anderson passed away this year. He did a little memorial for him. They right at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Me and my best friend went to WrestleMania 40, and he was also my manager, and we did our thing. Out there at Philadelphia. Went out there shining for WrestleMania 40. We also went out to WrestleMania 39 in LA, from the West Coast to the East Coast, and saw But yeah, man, Sid Vicious was my era. The 80s is my era of wrestling. My best memory is 89, and so on and so forth. I remember the Survivor Series with Zeus in 1998 Survivor Series. Uh, Zeus was a big guy, but nowhere near as devastating as Sid Vicious. You had your Mighty Gonzalez, but he couldn't move that great. You had your great Khali's, but he couldn't wrestle. You had your Earthquakes. You had your Tugboats. Back in my era, you had, of course, you had your Andre the Giant's ranked #1, and that's all-time great. I remember Andre the Giant went 15 years without being defeated and didn't need no belt. Um, but and you can't forget about Kevin Nash. You have to throw Kevin Nash right there with Sid Vicious, in my opinion. I would say probably neck to neck. But you can't forget about Wrestle War, WCW War Games Wrestle War. I think it was 92. When Sid Vicious powerbombed Flying Brian Pillman in the cage, Compound War Games cage, 5 times viciously. Sid Vicious powerbombed Flying Brian viciously, and I mean viciously, to where he powerbombed him 5 times in the cage and broke his collarbone. Talking about Sid Vicious powerbombing Flying Brian Pillman. Sid Vicious is the man, and he definitely, no questions asked, Sid Vicious belongs in the Hall of Fame, hands down, no questions asked. They did a memorial for him on Monday Night Raw this week because he had passed away. He passed away this week, Monday, this hours before Monday Night Raw. He subsided. He lost his battle to cancer. He died young at the age of 63 years old. But I just wanted to show my respects to Sid Vicious, man, because I don't really talk about him too much like I do with the Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart and Goldberg. Hogan's my #1 all-time favorite, childhood hero, Hulk Hogan. Bret Hart was my second favorite singles wrestler. Then you had Goldberg being #3. But Sid Vicious could have easily been #3 with Goldberg. Who could ever forget the match with Sid Vicious and Goldberg? It was great. Could have been better if it was a pay-per-view, not a Monday Nitro. But WCW ruined that. Sid Vicious did definitely rule the world. Sid Vicious definitely ruled the world. And he was a guy who was feared in wrestling because he was so strong. He was so powerful, man. And I can't remember anybody ever really beating up Sid Vicious, really, man. I can rack my memory, man. Everybody that wrestled Sid Vicious knew they were in a match. They were in there with a great talent. They were in there with a guy who can carry the weight and pass the ball. And in real life, he was a gentleman, a great guy, and he lived a quiet life. It's crazy. He's on Facebook not too long ago. I saw on Facebook that me and my best friend saw a Facebook picture of Sid Vicious, and he was just a peaceful man. He striped shirt on, just with a smile, and he looked like a decent man, just living a quiet life, and living the rest of his life, and living his best life. And he went through a lot of pain, but the man never gave up, and didn't even know he was sick. He probably kept it quiet. But we lost Sid Vicious, y'all. We lost Sid Vicious. We lost the original 4 Horsemen. Right there with Ric Flair. Ric Flair was Ric Flair's right-hand man, along with Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson and Ric Flair were like this. Then you had Sid Vicious. You had Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Sid Vicious right there behind him, ready to smash on anybody. And everybody knows that Arn Anderson was Ric Flair's right-hand man. And Sting and Ric Flair had great matches. Then they were like best friends, but then rivals too. Sting and Ric Flair go way back in rivalries. You know, can't forget about your Lex Lugers. They paved the way for WCW. And Lex Luger, Ric Flair, even Arn Anderson, they all, and Sid Vicious, they all had great careers in WWE. With the exception of one, Sting didn't make it in WWE. Maybe he was a little too late, and Triple H finished him. Yeah, man, I would have to say, I would have to really give my rankings, man, and where it lies is where it lies. I got Sid Vicious being, number 3 in my all-time ranking list as great big men in professional wrestling. So, it's your boy Tiger. That's my humble opinion. It's always a positive channel. Please like and subscribe. And, you know, I do various things on my channel. Sometimes I turn up. I'm always fighting for positivity. You know, a lot of wrestling, a lot of boxing, a lot of working out. It's basically my personal life, man. And this my channel consists of this personal life. You know, it's reality. Some people call it character mode. Some people call it this. Some people call it that. I just call it reality and just living my best life. You know, so I just want to basically say that much love and respect to the family of Sid Vicious. I know they're going to be making funeral arrangements pretty soon. And I just want to say to you guys' son or uncle or brother or whatever relatives that are left behind, that your uncle, your brother, your dad, your cousin, or just a great friend of yours, or a great wrestling friend of yours, whatever Sid Vicious was to you in life, he was the best. And he was a great superstar. And he will be best because he rules the world.